Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here every single day for 365, and you know what? I am actually loving it. When you look at content as you documenting your story, it's almost like, journaling, just basically like leaving your legacy. Like your story is everything, right? And ultimately, actually, today, day 2 of my Idea to Launch free event that is online, I talked a lot about story and how storytelling is story selling, because today's topic was magnetic marketing. There will be a replay tonight if you catch this. I am so excited, but it is all you, and you are your brand, and it really is your story. You attract your soul line people into your world because people will find you. And I know that that's hard to believe. People will not find you, however, if you are not showing up. But if you are just showing up, just authentically, messily, literally just stepping in to your being. I mean, with YouTube right now, literally, I have no idea. I am not curating this. I'm not doing as I probably, people would say you should. I don't do shoulds. I just kind of go with my impulse and what I desire. It's never led me wrong, but I could get fancy and add the last video and do all kinds of things here. Do the in and out and draw on it and all of it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to create content. I'm here to come in daily, and I don't even have a plan. I literally sit down in my day and I just hit play. And then I just don't even know what's going to necessarily come through, but that's what makes it organic. And that is my story. And whomever desires to show up for it, amazing. I love you for that. But if you don't, that's okay too. Like, I'm okay with it. And I talked today as well about not pushing, right? Just allowing to be like who you are authentically and showing up and being who you are. If not overthinking everything, because then it is coming off. There just isn't a frequency there to attract your people. And I was there were a bunch of dentists there, and I was just saying, it's like being behind the white coat, right? And the mask. It's like, take the freaking mask off. Tell us who you are, who you really, really are, because people want to connect with the human. Online, people want to connect. Now, in the world, we all want to connect to one another. We're here to help one another. We are one. Love. We are here literally to extend our hand and create impact. When you are pushing and shoving and like working against the world, you're trying to make sales, you're asking for the sale, especially when it comes to social media. That is not the way. The universe will not deliver with that. But if you are showing up with free content, like literally just to pour from your heart and give away your knowledge to help the world, then through that will come your people that literally will drop into your DMs and want to work with you. So many people give up. Like, so many people step in and they give it a minute, like a hot minute, and they start to post and they're like, but I was being myself. And then I started overthinking it though, right? So then I tried to curate it a different way. And then I tried it a different way too, and nothing is working. Well, of course it's not, because you're not staying in your lane. You're not trusting the process. You got to disconnect from the outcomes. You just have to get on, speak your truth, and know that eventually your people will find you. You will connect with them. I cannot tell you how many people I have created relationships with, partnerships with, and everything through digital platforms. Marketing, AKA, social media, especially Instagram. Instagram for me has been a platform that has literally brought me life. And not even so many, all of my businesses, my teeth whitening bar, through influencers that came in, blew it up in Chicago. Sugar Fix in a Loft, people referred people came in, they knew me authentically online on Instagram. And they came in and they were literally ready to sign on for like 50K cases because they trusted me and who I was, because I showed up as the same person as I was online. 4.5 years later, I am still talking to those people in the DMs on Instagram. Many of them I became so close with because we get to know one another. You can't get to know someone else unless you are authentically true, like soul truth, like pouring out, who you are so people can deeply connect, right? They want to feel your energy. And through the screen, we can absolutely feel one another's energy. So I say in social media, especially Instagram, they are like the little windows to the soul of your business. And if you have a business, you are a walking brand and you must show up on platforms. It is the only way to find people today. And if you aren't selling, you're doing a disservice. But like I said, the selling is going to be through you showing up authentically telling your story. Does that make sense? Because you don't have to, nobody wants to be sold to. So you don't want to just like be selling out front. But if you are the brand, then they are connecting and buying what you have, which is a transformation that they desire. And that is perfection, because every single one of us has worked through something that someone else is going through right now. And for us to extend our hand to them, that is how we move the world. That's how we shift the world, especially from an old paradigm to a new paradigm, because the old paradigm was like, textbook. And that's, learning all of those things. It's not that moves us. It is literally life experiences. Life experience, failing forward. I know in my businesses, having had brick and mortar businesses, being in online, a friend of mine actually just said on Voxer earlier, she's like, my goodness, how awesome. Like, you've literally tried everything on. For an entrepreneur to come in, she's like, you've literally tried everything in the online space. If somebody wants to do a workshop or retreat, like, you've done it. You've done the podcast, 2 podcasts, like podcasts, social media, all of it. I think I've tried everything on, and I continue to right now, especially with AI and what AI is doing and how it's branching out. Wow, can it help us in business? Like, I've been using it. It can make us go so much faster. Of course, with our touch, with our authenticity, you can use AI for the good, for sure. And it is so freaking amazing. So I am here for life and living it full out, following my impulse, my intuition, just dancing through life and finding my people that are the same, like my niche, if you will. Yesterday, an idea to launch my free event, we talked about niche and how important that is, and finding essentially, calling in your tribe, your raving fans. Those are people that are an extension of you, really. They hold the same values and all of that. So, if you are here and you feel deeply and, you want to like pour out and you want to grow and expand. I talked about that today too, growth and expansion. We aren't, we're human. And I'm looking out the window right now at trees and how trees just like go right up to the sky. And, they don't superimpose limiting beliefs on themselves. Nothing in nature does. But we as humans do. And so we stop our growth. We limit our growth and our capacity. We do that unless you decide not to. And if you decide to get out of your own way and tell your good old ego that tries to keep you, safe and fear all the time, you become aware of that and you say, you know what, I'm good. Take a back seat. I'm driving. Then, like I said, you will be in the front seat and life will feel so much better because you won't live in a contracted state. You'll live in an expansive state. And that is truly what we're here for. And when you're in an expansive state, you will get downloads. You will be open to connect just with a higher power source. I mean, our heart is beating every day, right? We are breathing. We forget as we're walking around every day. We take those things for granted. Let's remember, right? And our hearts, like, there is a magnetic field that is around us that literally, we are energy. That's why you can feel people's energy. Someone might come into your space and you're like, ooh, that just doesn't feel right. And then other people, you're like, oh my gosh, she is radiant. She is magnetic, and you want to be closer to that person. This is our energy fields, our auras that we all have. And so when you are high vibe, like I said, people can feel your energy. And the best way to stay high vibe is literally to live your truth and step into your story. You will also create a transformation within yourself if you start speaking your story, because speaking is like casting spells, they say, but speaking literally calls things in, and it can also help you, if you're carrying anything inside that you're not really aware of, just like speaking it, writing it will help alchemize it so that you can move forward and get rid of that thing, because you're holding on to something that is from your past. Like if you are blocked right now, you know, you have a shadow like somewhere, you need to shine light on it so you can keep moving, because life is so good. Life is anything and everything that you decide for it to be. And I use that word decision because it is so powerful, because you can believe all of the things in the world and believe things are going to come. But when you make a decision to put your hand up and make a move, and you make a decision that those things are happening, then everything works out in your favor. So just start showing up. If you want to join me this week, if you happen to catch this video during this week when this is going up, I am hosting a 4-day free event called Idea to Launch. I'm really encouraging people to move into the online space, even if you have a brick and mortar that you love and you want to stay in it. I do believe in coaching 1,000 billion%, because I do believe we're all supposed to be here to help one another, like move forward. And we all have gifts to help one another, and it's going to create more freedom in your life. And that is the best, because you'll spend so much more time with your significant other. If you have children, you know, your pets, whatever, like this life that I've created for myself has been bliss. And I would I just want other people to experience it, because it's literally like a dream. So join me online. I'm teaching you all the things that I have learned in business, making 8 figures to date now, just literally playing and dancing through life, creating businesses through, you know, my intuition and the impulse of my heart. And I have now, for the past several years, 5 years or so, been helping a lot of other women build their businesses too. And that's what I'm here for. So Idea to Launch this week. Join us. If you head over to my Instagram, Dr. Jessica Emery, you will find the link there, along with so many other things. So thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Comment below. Are you in the online space? Are you thinking about being in the online space? Are you showing up online? If you are not, why not? All right, we'll see you in the next video.